Today's topic of conversation is the Formula E Season 4 Round 1 Hong Kong E Prix. The first review on this channel and the first Formula E review on this channel as well. So let's get things kicked off then with the Hong Kong E Prix. So off the back of another strong season last year, Season 3, Lucas di Grassi taking the World Championship, the third person to do so, and still retaining the fact that every World Champion has been an ex-Formula 1 driver. Obviously beforehand Sebastian Buemi and Nelson Piquet Jr. taking the title, but neither of the three drivers looked particularly strong over testing, with Renault Edams seeming to be on the back foot, as well as Audi also seemed to be lacking the pace. The top front runners seem to be Mahindra, Techeetah and DS Virgin, but as we've seen in past seasons of Formula E, it generally seems to be the talent of the driver which brings up the car rather than the actual car itself. So race 1 then on Saturday, the pole sitter was Jean-Eric Vergne, another ex-Formula 1 driver. Incredible scenes in qualifying, crashing in the final corner, going over the line backwards and still taking pole position. Amazing stuff from Jev. Sam Bird then in the DS Virgin team getting second place. Buemi and di Grassi not even in the pole position shootout. Lap 1 then, absolute carnage. The run down to turn 1. Jean-Eric Vergne held the lead, but on the first lap we saw our first ever red flag in Formula E after a crash into the wall by Andre Lotterer, Jev's teammate, in fact, causing a pile-up, well, not even a pile-up, more just a track blockage, meaning the red flag was out for the first time in the sport's history. Not one of the best races in Formula E. It would be Sam Bird who eventually went on to take the race win, with Jean-Eric Vergne in second place and Nick Heidfeld in third place. Fourth was Nelson Piquet Jr. on his debut for the Jaguar team, my favourite team in Formula E, and fifth was Daniel Abt, outclassing his teammate Lucas di Grassi this weekend. We then moved on to the second race, a far more enjoyable race in my opinion, and a far more dramatic race. The first race again, season of firsts obviously this one, the first race we started behind the safety car. Usually that's due to the weather in Formula 1, it's due to a car not making it round to the grid. This time it was because the lights weren't working. Apparently there was lots of interference being in Hong Kong, lots of tall buildings, apparently team radios couldn't get in, and it just looked, watching it live, the absolute chaos and drama on the grid. None of the drivers knew what was going on. All the fans didn't understand what was happening, the teams didn't understand what was happening. Not a good image for the sport, so they decided to start under the safety car. You saw the safety car weaving in and out of the drivers on the grid. And then when they eventually got going, it was a great start from Rosenqvist, getting a huge launch as quickly as he could, going on to that, what is, second lap, the first lap without the safety car. He goes down to turn 1, locks the back wheel, spins the car, huge drama, and he's right at the back of the field. Rosenqvist, amazing in qualifying earlier on in the day, really been a star since he's joined Formula E last season, and it looked like he was on for the win. But a huge bottle moment from the Swede meant that Mortara managed to get through, as well as Daniel Abt. Both of them slid through past Rosenqvist and began to fight for the lead. It was Mortara that would be leading for most of the Grand Prix until the final few laps. He bottled it. He ran wide down at turn 2, I believe it was. Turn 1's a hairpin, down to turn 2, quite a stretch, I believe it was turn 2. And he bottled it. He ran wide, nearly into the wall, and it meant Daniel Abt could go straight through, as well as Felix Rosenqvist. Obviously Mortara for the DS Virgin team. His first weekend in Formula E. Such a shame for him. It looked like he would be the first rookie to win in the opening weekend of his career. So such a shame for Mortara. It would be Daniel Abt which would go on to win the race, with Rosenfist in second. A good solid drive from Rosenfist. But then even more drama, as after the race it would be decided that Rosenfist would actually win the race, as Daniel Abt was disqualified for infringement of the rules, which meant Mortara in his first weekend for Venturi, I didn't mean to say Virgin, Venturi, I do apologise, got his first podium in the sport with P2, and it would be Mitch Evans in the Jaguar getting his first ever podium in Formula E, as well as Jaguar's first ever podium in Formula E in third place. Jev was in fourth, and fifth was Sam Bird, which means heading into round 3 it will be Sam Bird leading the standings of the Formula E Season 4 Championship.